Today, we're going to be discussing these two RC cars. One of them is a cheap RC car from Banggood. Which is this one right here that I have out in the sunlight right now. And if you take a look at it, it's basically the same size as this Golden Arrow from Radio Shack back in the 80s. It came out. And if you look here, they're basically about the same size of an RC car, scale wise. Of course, there's bigger tires and stuff on this one here from Banggood. But I actually have batteries in both of them. Now let's compare batteries from way back in the 80s compared to batteries nowadays. This battery right here is the original Radio Shack battery, and it was 1200 milliamp. And you can see the size of it right there. That's the one that goes to the Radio Shack one. And here's the little tiny LiPo battery that comes in the for the Banggood Special. The one that's actually in the Banggood Special is 1600 milliamp. This is basically about the same size battery as what's in the car. And this one here is 1500 milliamp. That kind of shows you I bought extra batteries for the Banggood one. These batteries last about half an hour. If I remember right, back in the day when I'd play with one of these right here, I'd get 10-15 minutes of playtime out of it and the battery would be dead. And if you looked at the battery size comparison, comparing them to each other, and there you go, shows you how much smaller the battery actually is. But it's a lot more higher capacity than the old Radio Shack one. I did buy a newer battery for the Radio Shack one, which is supposed to be a 4000 milliamp. I'm not sure how true it is. It feels like it has the same power. It feels like the same weight as the original Radio Shack one. So I'm not sure how truthful they are with the capacity. But I have the brand new 7.2 volt battery. I already got one of them inside the Radio Shack Golden Arrow. And the other one's a 7.4 volt, which goes up a little higher than that because it's a LiPo battery when it's fully charged. And then I believe around 6 volt or so, it'll kick itself off as like a power saver. So the batteries don't go bad. That's how LiPo batteries work. And the LiPo batteries, I believe you get about a half an hour out of it per battery, which isn't bad. Now the controller for this Banggood Special takes 3 AA batteries. And we have a trim control up here in the controller, on off, and of course you got backwards, forwards. You got your steering up here on a little wheel. Now the old Radio Shack one, we had trims for steering and we had a trim also for forward and backwards, and it was all joystick controlled with a metal antenna. And if you look at the car here, it has that huge antenna coming out of it. The Banggood one has a small little tiny antenna on the inside of it. This here ran off 27.255 megahertz and still does. And this here runs off 2.4 gigahertz, which gives you a lot more range for the controller. Well, let's go ahead and turn on the Radio Shack one first. And let me pull out the antenna. See if we can get this car stuck right away in the grass and see if we have to go out after it. As you can see here, I turned it on. My wheels straightened back out, which is pretty good for this thing to be from 87, 88 and still works. And if you look there, it doesn't we can go through the grass here, but it's spinning tires like crazy. And if you look right there, I kind of got stuck in a little divot right away. And if you look here, I got it stuck already. I'm going to turn this one off for right now. And I'm going to grab the banggood one and see if I can maybe give it a little push to get it unstuck. Now the banggood has a little power switch on the bottom of it. And if you listen to it, it makes a little beep noise. Let me turn on the controller. And if you look here, the controller has two lights on it, red and green. And if you look at it, it's a lot faster of a car. And if you look there, I already got up to where the other car's at. I'm not getting stuck. And if you go on ran over the Radio Shack one like it was nothing. My dog's trying to catch it. She's not sure what it is. Now let me see if that was enough of a knock into the other one to free it up. Or is it still stuck? If you look, it's still stuck up there. Let me lay the camera down and try to get the banggood one. Go up behind it slowly. Let me bring the banggood one backwards. You look, it has a really good fast reverse to it. But if you look there, see right there, even the golden arrow is having problems with getting stuck. That's the problem with the golden arrow. As you can see here, she's trying to get that SD card so bad. Leave it alone. My yard here is actually uphill, so right now we're giving her a workout. Which I need to mow the grass again. I just moved here, and the people who were living here did not take care of the yard. That gives you a quick idea of what this little RC car here can do. It too can be a little good one for mashing and stuff. Okay, I just looked it over. Of course, you have to go pick it up. She's just watching. You can actually control how fast this car goes, and if you pull, of course you can see right there I was trying to take off full speed. Now remember, this little car runs off that little tiny LiPo battery, and it has a decent amount of power for such a small battery. I'd like to thank you for watching my video. Remember to click like and subscribe.